lots of volatility for one thing, but if I want to draw a line, it's almost like if you just buy and hold. Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to provide some hope for those in emotional turmoil over their portfolio. I will point out indicators and charts to reassure that the current state of the market is par for the course. I wanted to start off with this very common market psychology sheet. This is frequently shared across social media platforms to visualize people's emotional states during specific phases of the market. In a previous video, I pulled up a social media post. A crypto investor who was obviously in their first or second cycle was complaining, is this the new normal? Where's the fun? Where's the euphoria? Is this what institution adoption means? You don't feel the fun or euphoria because we're not at that stage of the market. I believe we are only in the belief stage. Now I'm going to pull up a chart that shows where the optimism stage was and project where thrill is going to start to come in. Looking at this chart dating back to 2023, the optimism stage was when Trump was elected because he's a pro-crypto president. This was November, and that's when we came out of this bear market. There was already a little bit of hope and speculation, and then we really jumped out in our first big. That's when the optimism stage kicked in. We're now currently in belief. Keep in mind that this optimism stage, and keep in mind that all of these phases are not tied down. They can be separated by 3 months or a year. I think it took us a year to get from optimism to belief, but now we're dipping down a little bit into fear. I also want to point out that this blue line I drew a week ago was completely arbitrary, but notice how the wicks of the price action are dipping down below it, but the foundational prices is holding just above. These are weekly candles. Let's see what it looks like on daily. Okay, we have to zoom out because they're closer together, but if you take a look, that line still serves as sort of like an average price action. What we have to do as investors is maintain our conviction and our rules. We buy fear and we sell greed. I've pointed out in previous videos, early April was peak fear. This is when people don't want to buy, but this is the optimum time to get prices at their cheapest. People don't want to buy during these time frames because they've lost all hope. Pulling up again, just to reiterate, as I like to do, pull up April 2025. This is all peak fear down here, extreme fear, no one's buying. But if we look at the chart, that was the time to buy at their cheapest price. We're now currently in a state of fear. People are thinking the market is over. People don't know what's coming. What's going on? We got crypto regulation. The Fed's lowered interest rates and the market is down. Is it all over? Should we run? No. Why? Because I've stated before that 100K is our support levels, and as long as we're above 100K, or Bitcoin is above 100K, we're perfectly fine. And you see that line holding and slowly rising. The sad part is, or the unfortunate part is, your portfolio is just going to look like garbage during this time frame while we wait to jump off into the thrill stage. Your portfolio during this time is like checking text messages from an ex that you broke up with exactly 2 weeks ago. It's just peak self-sabotage. Emotionally, you don't want to do it. Now, what I'm learning to do is I'm starting to learn to check this altcoin season index a little bit. I typically stick to the fear and greed indicator, which I preach about on every video, but this altcoin season indicator is proven to be something good to reference, because we look in here and if we see it was at its worst the 23rd. Again, so Bitcoin season, you probably want to buy altcoins when we're in deep Bitcoin season, because it's like buying peak fear. This is October 22nd. Let's look at the price of Solana October 22nd. Let's go 1 month. Yeah, 22nd. The peak bottom out. Altcoins are done. They're trash. Throw them in the garbage. The gutter price. See, there are indicators you can use. It's just up to you to override your emotional observation of the price. No one wants to buy. Again, okay, so let's pull up Solana on October 22nd on the price chart, or like a traditional price chart. Let's go to dailies, because here's October, here is the 22nd, when it wicked down to this support line 179. That was the absolute cheapest price to get it. Now it's hovering in the 180s. Could it go down further? Absolutely it could. However, if you're matching that with the trend of Bitcoin's looking like it's bouncing off. Bitcoin is looking like it wants to take off upwards. I'm not a super technical indicator guy that starts drawing lines and triangles, but if there was a bull flag, the one could be drawn right here, and it's over August, September, October, November. We've been coiling in this range for the half of a year already. An upward explosion is not out of the books with the right global announcements and backing. I think that's going to come from the US government shutdown not opening up. I don't know when that is. No one knows what that is. All you can do is prepare accordingly. I think when the government opens back up or is no longer locked down, we're probably going to shoot up here somewhere into neutral. And then and that could be anytime this month, maybe even next month. I don't know. But then there's talks about money printing, because the country's broke, and that will be what fires us off into greed and extreme greed. You have to plan for that. Again, the point of this video, I just wanted to just bring some hopium to everyone and just point out, don't worry, Bitcoin's still holding strong. As long as we don't fall through 100,000, as I've said before, the macros look great. It's just that our portfolios don't. But if you maintain your conviction, dollar cost average, if you have any dry powder left, I don't, I know most people don't, then just hold. Go out and touch grass. Be happy. Everything will be fine. Have a wonderful week.